We are going to be planting the apartment garden. I planted the allotment garden this morning. I didn't get any video of that, sorry. But today we're planting our cucumbers, our tomatoes, and our peppers. So we are going to go ahead and start with the cucumbers first. And I have a pickling cucumber. And this is just a regular slicer. And I have pre-dug the holes for the cucumbers over here. Alright. Now, my cucumbers did not germinate when I planted them. So I had to go and told you I was going to go to a nursery, and I did. And what I did was I looked for the cucumbers that had 2 of them in it so I could get the price of 1. I got 2. And with cucumbers, tomatoes, if you're very gentle, you'll be able to separate them, and the roots should be just fine. Just be gentle with it. So for the first one here, it's going to be these slicers. And just gently separate it. And you can see the roots. You don't want to tear them, you just want to gently separate them. I'll put the first one in. Alright. We'll move to the second one here. Look at that worm action. That's good. That's telling me the soil under here is very happy. We'll go ahead and put the second one in. And those are where our slicers will be. I'm going to go ahead and plant the pickling cucumbers. And I'll get back to you when we get started on the tomatoes. Alright, so here we got a lemon boy. It is a hybrid. And I wanted to plant the yellow because that's what my husband really enjoys. And then we're going to go ahead and put this one back here by himself. Look at that deep, rich soil. Alright. So I had already pinched the bottoms leaves off and just left this here. And then if you look real close, you can see a sucker. You just want to pinch those off because they'll just grow another branch. Now you can wait till it gets a little bit bigger and then try to plant it and grow another tomato plant from it. But I'm not going to do that today. You don't need the weeds. sure that he's down there nice and snug. Alright. I did not put it in this one, which I should have. But my husband got me some eggshells that I want to put down in the bottom of the plant for the tomatoes. I'll have to do that next for the other ones. And then the next one that we're going to be doing is a Roma tomato. It's a determinant. I went ahead and pinched the bottom leaves off of that as well. I'm growing the Roma because that is what I want to use to make my spaghetti sauces and tomato paste and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of the eggs and crush it up and put it down in the hole. And look at the root system on that. Definitely ready to be in the ground. And tomato plants like to be planted deep. And I usually put a little mound around it. Just like that. And then I'm going to continue planting the tomatoes, and then we'll move on to the peppers. Alright, so now I'm digging for the holes for the different types of peppers that we're going to be planting. Got a rock there, we don't need that. You do not have to dig the pepper plant as deep as you would the tomato plant, because tomato plants like to have a good solid root system that they can build. So the first thing that we're going to plant in this one is a bell pepper, the California Wonder bell pepper. Press that down and just add a little dirt around it, because it'll root down into the ground there. And that way it still gets the nutrients of the dirt that it was growing in, and of course nature's soil. And there we have our bell pepper. These little things, we used to call them helicopters when they were little, when I was little. And I have been finding these all over the garden, and they're taking root and trying to grow trees. Now I love trees, but not in my garden. Also guys, the bell peppers can be planted about 12 inches apart. They like to hold hands. That's what the old saying is. They like to touch and be next to their little siblings here. So that's why I'm putting them 12 inches apart. The tomatoes, I went about 12 to 18, closer to the 18 mark. But see, I prune my tomatoes going up so they only have one solid stem. So that will be plenty for them. But if you do not want to do the pruning, then you want to definitely make sure that they're 18 inches apart. Alright. Next thing we're going to be planting is a jalapeno. What in the world is a jalapeno? Well, it's a jalapeno without the heat. A lot of people have asked me that. My husband doesn't like heat. So I decided to get the jalapenos so that we can still have the jalapeno flavor without the heat. Now at the allotment garden, we have jalapenos growing, red chili peppers, banana peppers, and that'll be for me to make hot sauces and things like that. But this, for our little personal garden that we can just come out and grab what we want when we want, we're having jalapenos. Is anyone else planting their tomatoes this week? Or their peppers or anything else? Let me know down in the comments. Alright, so I think that one's snug as a bug as a rug. Alright. So we're going to continue planting the peppers. And if you would be so kind to subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, share, share. Have a great week, everyone, and God bless you.